नमस्कार, आर के त्यागी, गाजियाबाद एनसीआर दिल्ली। कोर्डियली वेलकम। ओम सच्ची जनवानी चैनल पर, ओम सच्ची जनवानी नमे चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को शेयर करें अधिक से अधिक और वीडियो को कमेंट और लाइक भी करें। आइए शुरू करते हैं। All activists and associate organizations maintain self-confidence and high moral we will win. Some key constituents of UFBU and two pendant retiree unions AIBRF and IBAPARC did not hold back in claiming the removal of the cap on family pension equal ex gratia to pre-1986 retirees, 100% DA and pre-November 2002 pensioners, and option to resign is happened because of them. We have talked of these pseudo fathers in our earlier communications. ये GS शुक्लाजी का ही है, ये अभी जो मैं बताया था उसका इंग्लिश वर्जन है। Similarly, the day is not far when they will jump to take credit for monthly ex gratia amount received by all the pensioners, whereas the fact is that like resignees issue monthly ex gratia to pensioners was never on their agenda even today. These people say that pension revision is not possible because the banks do not have money. However, IBA did not even once say that banks have no money for pension revision. All the above small and big reforms have been achieved as a result of concerted efforts by pensioners, activists and their associate organizations since 2016. Monthly ex gratia is not a substitute for pension updation. Pension updation is standing before the government as a rightful demand. Ex gratia needs to be taken from the perspective of a small relief for the time being, and the struggle of pension revision needs to intensified. Pensioners, brothers and sisters are requested to keep faith in our united and intensified efforts. One day we will get pension updation on RBI line. No force can stop this from happening. We have seen a deranged union leader threatening pensioners on social media that pensioners should think of protecting pension, forgetting provision. It is scary that the government is bent on privatizing bank and pension will be stopped. However, if the government wants to privatize the banks, whether this man or his organization will be able to stop the privatize is a serious question. The man who could not stop one-time transfer of 33,360 employees in his bank will be able to stop. Will he be able to stop the privatize of the banks by the government? One who cannot deal with MD of his own bank, how will he deal with the government? Could he stop privatization of IDBI and UTI? One day he was out to stop the consolidation. Could he succeed? It was done already. Anyway, this man has become distraught like a lost gambler. He is trying to terrorize bank employees with absurd things like the banks will be closed, will be privatized, employees will be transferred, pension will be stopped. He is a fired cartist. His MD has shown him his worth by forcing him to walk on his knees. Now this is just rhetoric. The government is not going to privatize any bank at present. No one needs to be afraid of it at all. He is resorting to moral suasion tricks to intimidate entire banking fraternity. Maintain self-confidence and continue on the path of struggle. Maintain your high moral. Come what may, we will win. Greetings and good wishes to all. GS शुक्ला। तो ये इन्होंने लिखा है और पहले मैंने हिंदी में इसको आपको बताया था, तो बड़ा हो रहा था वीडियो तो मैंने इसको वो कर दिया। और 5-day बैंकिंग का जो इन्होंने जिक्र करा था अभी दूसरे वीडियो में मैंने आपको बताया, वो ये लिख रहे हैं, ये कन्वीनर मिस्टर संजीव बंदलिस, यूनाइटेड फोरम ऑफ बैंक यूनियंस, लेटर नंबर UFBU 2024/1 17 फरवरी 24, ये लिख रहे हैं टू निर्मला, मिसेज निर्मला सीतारमन, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ फाइनेंस, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, न्यू दिल्ली, रेस्पेक्टेड मैडम, you will be aware that the negotiations for revision of wages and improvements in service conditions for employees and officers of the banks which are being held between Indian Banks Association and the Unions Association have progressed. Well, and the memorandum of understanding has also been signed on 7th December 23, by which the major item of mutually agreed issues have been sorted to our satisfaction. We are now proceeding to finalize and sign the full-fledged settlement at an earliest. We are now proceeding to finalize and sign the full-fledged settlement at the earliest. We are thankful to you and the government for the guidance and favorable consideration of our demands, which has paved the way for such early and speedy conclusion of the negotiations. One of the important issues in the current negotiations, as you are also aware, has been the introduction of 5 working days in a week for the banks in the settlement that was concluded in 2015. It was agreed that the second and fourth Saturday of the month would be observed as bank holidays. It was also agreed to consider our demand for declaring remaining Saturdays as holidays at the later stage after implementing the provision for holidays on second Saturday in a month. You are well aware of the increasing stress under which the workforce in the banks are doing their job in the banks. Hence, it would be in the fitness of things that the remaining Saturdays may also be declared as holidays. We have agreed with the Indian Bank Association that there shall be no reduction in the total banking hours for the customers or in the total working hours for the employees and officers on account of these additional holidays. You are also aware that this system is already in vogue in RBI and LIC. Hence, we shall thank you to consider the matter favorably and advise the IBA to proceed further in this regard. Thanking you. Yours sincerely, संजीव कुमार बंदलिस, कन्वीनर. तो ये वो लेटर था जिसके बारे में अभी चर्चा की थी उस वीडियो में, और ये बाकी की चीज़ें थी. एक मेरे पास मैसेज आया है विवेक कौल और HK अग्रवाल का, वो भी मैं आपको थोड़ा सा सुना देता हूँ. 18th February 2024. Why this hue and cry? UFB is trying to propagate to be very sincere about implementation of 5-day banking, which is appreciated, being a welcome step. Quietly surprisingly, UFBU, while so much emphasizing on implementation of 5-day week, is not bothering on still more important humanitarian and much needed issues. Few are highlighted in order of priority as under: number one, regularization of thousands of poor, financially stressed and unattended daily wagers in banking industry working restlessly for decades with future uncertainty even after having reached in their 40s 50s, having large families to feed and support. Number 2, concept of special loans with utmost lack of farsightedness, unlike in LIC and elsewhere, who take the support of bank settlement for achieving their wants, which has been and will remain a prime cause of outgoing intolerable monetary loss to the tune of thousands of rupees per month to each present and future retirees. 27%, थाउजेंड्स नहीं 27%। इसका मतलब अगर लाख सैलरी है तो उसको जो है 14-15 हज़ार का लॉस पड़ रहा है, अगर 1.5 लाख सैलरी तो उसको 20 हज़ार का लॉस पड़ रहा है पेंशन में। थर्ड, पेंशन अपडेशन लिंगरिंग ऑन फॉर मोर देन 3 decades अनलेस decades, whereas the same gets updated periodically in RBI and NABARD and government employees on each pay revision। अच्छा, इनके साथ मैं अपना एक और इशू जोड़ देता हूँ इसमें कि ये इंश्योरेंस मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस जो है वो भी होना चाहिए बैंक कॉस्ट पर। तो आगे लिखते हैं वो, व्हाई यू हैव बी चूजन टू रिमेन indifferently silent on these vital issues, why and why, विवेक कोल एंड HK अग्रवाल। थैंक्स, नमन। सभी लोग स्वस्थ रहें, मंगल में रहें, सह परिवार प्रसन्न रहें। भारत माता की जय, वंदे मातरम।